Hello, this is Paul Hutchins. Don't forget, if you're new to this channel, to like and subscribe to it. In that way you'll get all the updates that come available as soon as they're available and I get a chance to watch them. This particular channel has been put together by me to try and add value to you in terms of providing information you might find interesting or you might be able to engage in around sustainability, renewable energy and climate change. The house building and developers that are building our new homes that are going to be standing for, sort of 50 to 100 years from now, have a responsibility to build sustainable homes. It's the right thing to do, and I think we as an industry and the house builders all know it's the right thing to do. And it also results, of course, in reduced energy bills for their clients. And over time, I think that's going to become more and more of a buying decision where people are not just looking at how nice the kitchen is or the location of the property or how many bedrooms it's got. They'll also be looking at the cost of the energy and how sustainable the building is. Local authorities have actually got a lot more power than people think. So obviously they've got the ability to install solar or any sort of renewables or any sort of energy efficiency type products onto their own building, and they've got quite big estates of all sorts of buildings, from offices to commercial buildings within their estates. They also have the ability to dictate within their area using the Planning and Energy Act that actually if we want to build through the planning system, if we want to build in their area homes and buildings, you have to adhere to a certain standard of energy. So they can say, for example, they want X percentage, 10 or 20% of energy to come from renewables if you want to get planning permission to build in their area. The Solar Trade Association has recently engaged with local authorities and produced a whole report around this, actually sharing with them what their rights and responsibilities are, but along with the powers they have and the ability they have to influence not just new buildings, but also existing buildings in their area. So I think local authorities are really key here in terms of being a stakeholder, but also an influencer and somebody who's able to make things happen within their region. Of course, we need to be more responsible in terms of how we become more sustainable in our daily lives and how we use energy and resources generally. But to be fair to people, it's important that we educate everybody and make people aware of actually not just what the problem is, but what they can do about it. And I think sometimes people often think that there's nothing they can do, or whatever they do won't make any difference. Also, I think it's important for us as an industry and the government, I guess, to produce better business models that encourage people easily to do what they need to do. So, for example, most people wouldn't spend £1,000 on an iPhone, but they will spend £50 a month on a contract to get an iPhone that would enable them to enjoy the advantages of it. And I think we need to take those sort of models into the sustainability world. I mean, people can buy battery storage and electric vehicles and maybe solar on their house in a similar way. So it doesn't affect the way that they live their lives. It just becomes a business model that fits into the way they do things, the way they pay for things, and means it's business as usual and life carries on as normal. Then we know we're really going to make a significant difference. I think that the media have to take responsibility for what they report to people, and people obviously hear and see what the media report. And obviously the fact that there will be a ban on gas boilers, for example, oil boilers and LPG boilers from 2025 in new homes hasn't been picked up by them. So it's our responsibility really as an industry, and it's probably a responsibility of government as well to get that information out there and make sure that the media is reporting what they should be. But also, of course, we all have our own media channels these days. We all have our own websites, our own Facebook and general social media channels that we can send information out there. So let's make sure we're informing people of what's happening.